All right.
Morning.
Y'all recognize Joe. He and I put on some hunts together, and they've turned out pretty good in the past. How many birds we killed together now?
A couple now. 2
At
years.
least 2.
The past 2 years.
Yeah. So what's the deal here? What we got?
We roosted this gobbler last night up on this point. He's in a pretty good spot, we think, anyway, for being able to get to. So we've got a pretty good hike up a mountain, but it should be easy, like clear opening. So like a pretty good trail up the mountain. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna slip up in there and hopefully be about 80 yards from him on the roost. We'll see how close we were to pinning him. He gobbled on his own. An owl. Yeah, he's down here. That sounded like it was down here.
Yeah, it's quite a ways down.
Yeah.
Much farther down than we thought. Get your owl and just...
Every time you mention an owl hooter, that owl hoots.
Sure that's the same one we roosted.
I'm not sure, no.
Well, if that is, he may be close to the pin, but he's way off. Go ahead. Yeah, he's quite a ways down. We can move down. See that tree with a stump on it?
This one right here.
See,
What are you thinking? That one right
yeah,
there.
that might be good too. That gives us a nice advantage.
So this can see better from
Get your room. He's just off this point.
Yeah, he's not far over, you know.
Yeah, I like
this
that.
one or this one.
I like that. Because he won't come up behind us. We'll just be able to watch this side of him.
Alright, so after we got set up, I called to this bird and he pretty much shut up. He gobbled one time, but then he didn't gobble for a long time. He finally started gobbling again, so we're just gonna sit here quietly and see what he does after fly down and not call unless we absolutely have to.
You know, I'm sitting there thinking, because we have this little spine right here, it drops right off. And he's roosted right down at the end of it.
Yeah.
If he gets curious, because he heard you calling earlier, he may just walk this to where he can look over either side.
Yeah.
And he may come right up to us. We have to shoot him like right. Just gobble again, like this big dark stump. He may just come up right there and pow. That would be awesome.
That would be.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing leaves too. There it is. He gobbled to our right. Way back. He just gobbled over that ridge. But I saw a squirrel moving right there, and that's what we were hearing in the leaves. He sounded farther away in that direction than he did here.
Yeah.
Or down lower.
I agree.
But I'm not exactly sure where he's like in this general direction. Let's just give him a moment and see what happens. We conferred with the experts, and we had a bird gobbling way off there. It seems like it's still on the same ridge. And then there was one closer off this way, but we think he's on a across the valley on another ridge. But we're gonna work that way, and Joel's gonna try and strike them with a pod call and see if they want to respond and see if they're worth going after. Because we heard some other birds yesterday evening in other spots that we may go after that sounded pretty hot. But first we're gonna hop over this little ridge here where we heard that gobbler this morning we were on. Just see what's over there and run the call and just see if we can get them to gobble, and then see what the terrain looks like. That's kind of the gist of it. We're gonna get on the move. We sat here long enough and waste enough time.
There's a bird. That little...
Yeah.
It looks like it's really overgrown up here in this field.
It does.
Now there is a section that's like an old fence line that's kind of, if you see on the map, you can see like a bunch of little trees and stuff growing in there. That's the area that's thick. I think the rest of it's pretty open. Like what we came up the hill this morning.
Yep.
That sounds like a distant gobble. I thought I heard one way off in that direction.
That direction?
Yeah.
Do we want to just kind of stay in the woods?
Yeah, I would just go straight through there and...
Like right through there?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was
Let's
thinking.
get some distance. Let's get to where the next ridge starts to drop over and call from there. That's what I would do. Well, we haven't heard anything yet. We've been hopping these ridges and just sitting and calling and listening. Wind's kind of playing havoc a little bit. But we're going to spend another 10 minutes or so right here. This is our last spot. We got about 200 yards to the property line. Call a little bit and listen. If we don't hear something soon, we're just going to drop out of here and go back to the truck and head off and try to locate another bird, or just dive into another piece of public and walk and call, do whatever. That dang old wind. We were just about to leave and Joel made one more call. That bird gobbled across the valley here. We're just gonna sit right here on this log and call to it. See if it has any interest. I'd hate to kill time just sitting here, but it might be worth setting up and just watching and listening. Might get one coming in quiet. Let's see a good... I was looking at this one right behind you in the shadows here with the vines around it here. It's got the fallen tree directly behind it, gives it a little bit of back cover.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We just found a better spot to set up, and just in case something sneaks in. We'll give it a little bit. I keep saying I don't want to waste a whole lot of time here because it doesn't look very promising based on the lack of gobbling. And now we heard at least one bird, maybe two gobble, but they're on private across the valley. And we're about, 80 to 100 yards from the property line, so we can't really go anywhere. So if we hear something again, we'll let you guys know. For right now, I'm gonna just shut off the cameras and conserve storage and battery. We're just sitting here listening to that bird gobble again, the one that sounds like a hen gobble. It's down the hill below us. Go ahead and call them and deploy the 360 camera. That was a weird gobble. Make sure you let me get on it before you shoot.
Okay.
I want to get some. There it is, right there.
You on him? Wait. it a hen or a gobbler?
It's a gobbler.
All right, I'm on it.
That's got to be the weirdest gobble I've ever heard.
I had to take off running and I thought he was going to go all the way down to the bottom.
I hope he's in frame. I just saw he was behind that log there.
Oh, we could have waited, but I don't know. It looked like it might have been one of them deals where he didn't have his head up there very long.
Yeah, I saw the tail fan pop up.
Yeah, that's how I knew he wasn't a Jake, because he had a full fan.
Yeah, but a hen can have a full fan. It's just that gobble was
No, I knew he was a gobbler based off his head.
Yeah, well, I saw the full fan too. That is the weirdest gobble I've ever heard in my life.
Wasn't it though?
We were sitting here contemplating like, all right, I just told Joel, I said, we'll give it 20, 30 minutes and I don't even know if I want to wait that long.
No, I was thinking 10, 15.
And so we'd sat here, actually you were getting ready to call because there was a lull in the wind.
Yeah.
And before you could get the call out, the wind picked up, so he didn't call. And then
he gobbled on his own.
Yeah, and the wind started to die down. He gobbled on his own down the hill.
That's why I got all ready. And
you called and then
I just wanted to
gobbled.
give him just a little cluck with the mouth call and a soft yelp just to kind of...
That is the weirdest gobble. I'm glad.
But I didn't expect him to pop up as soon as he did.
That's the one we heard gobble last night.
Last night from the road.
It sounded like a Jake gobble. The weirdest, or a hen gobbles, I keep saying it. So listen to this bird gobble. Joel, get it to gobble. Did you hear it? It's just it sounds like a hen gobble. Man, that's cool. And you're probably like me where I didn't have much hopes for this spot.
No, I was like, we need to do our due diligence and sit here for 15 minutes because a turkey gobbled, but I was already thinking about the next place.
Yeah, I was too. I was already committed that in my mind that we were getting ready to dip out of here. I didn't have much
That's
confidence.
why you didn't have all the cameras
Yeah, I had one
deployed.
camera rolling, and I was like, to be honest, I was just going through the procedure of let's sit here and give it 20 minutes, even though I didn't really want to.
Same here.
And I'm glad we did.
Oh, me too. Because when he gobbled, not the last time he gobbled, but the time before that,
When he was that way at the bottom.
it was like, it sounded like he was down at the bottom, but that had to have been less than a minute.
Yeah,
before I called and he gobbled.
He gobbled at the bottom of the hill. I don't think I had the camera rolling. When he gobbled, I was like, oh, he's probably coming, or it is, the hen is. And so I got my camera on.
Yeah. In the time it took you to get your camera ready and me to get my gun situated and stuff and grab the call.
He had climbed and scaled that whole cliff here, this mountain.
And when I called and he gobbled close, I got ready and I was picturing him still being down there a little bit. So that's why the only reason I called with the diaphragm, I just kind of wanted to steer him.
But he didn't gobble with the diaphragm, he just popped a fan.
He just popped up almost immediately.
Yeah, we didn't see the head. It's just a fan popped up.
Yep.
And I'm like, there it is. There she is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that gobble had me convinced because I've never heard a gobble even close to that except for videos of hens gobbling.
Yep.
And nothing with that squeak at the beginning that sounded like a sandhill crane. Maybe he was raised by sandhills. Gosh, what a cool gobble.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad this is the one we killed because that was just cool.
This is weird because Dave Owens just posted a weird gobbler yesterday on Instagram. Did you see that?
The one with the two beards coming out?
Two beards horizontally.
Yeah.
Like,
I did see
like
that.
Nipple tassels.
Yep. Yeah. I did see that when we were sitting.
That was a cool gobbler.
Yeah.
And then I got a film you take this one this morning that had probably the most unique gobble I've ever heard.
It's not gonna make for the best video of Gobbler strutting in and stuff, but just the fact that he gobbled the way he did.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of action this morning. We were on a roosted bird that slipped by us, got footage of a hen.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of walking along here, and then this just happened in seconds, basically.
Yeah, turkeys aren't really gobbling that good, like you would expect.
On the roost this morning, we heard some over here gobbling this morning. Yep. Sure, we didn't hear this one because this gobble's so weak it won't carry. But after they hit the ground this morning, they just all shut up and. Cool, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.